Today is November 4, 2020. I just finished talking to a buyer and also buyer from United States about how they're gonna secure gold in West Africa. Just recently, a few seconds ago, and this morning, I have a very good conversation, a buyer from Dubai, but they have mine in Zambia. And this elder brother was talking to me concerning about how to secure gold in Bamako, Mali. So the younger brother was talking to me this morning. They wanted 30 kilos. Then when the other brother called me just few seconds ago, they wanted 5 kilos as a trial. And they wanted CIF. And I told him, gold is not for credit. CIF is time for cost, insurance, and freight only. You have to pay the products. You have to pay the gold plus shipping cost. You have to pay the gold plus insurance. You have to acid the gold $100 per kilo to a local refinery, which is DNGM, because this buyer want to get the gold in Bamako, Mali. And he said that there's so many scammer in Africa. I told this gentleman, he's Indian. I told these buyers, define me the word scam. Then I will give you the answer. So he said that, oh, buyers been a victim and the seller didn't tell the truth about the gold. And I told him that gold has chemical component, you must remember. But he is a miner. He mined magnesium and manganese ore in Zambia. I'm not going to mention his name so that he would not embarrass. And I told him, you're a businessman, you should know the business. And he's looking for cheap price. I rejected him. And I told him, you're a bargainer. You went to Zambia, you want to mine is not cheap. And he argued with me. And I told him that's the reason why you didn't get the gold. For 1 year he was been looking, and he said there's so many scammer. And I told this gentleman, you're one of the scammer. You're looking for cheap price. He wanted to get the profit of 16 to 17,000 per kilo. And when he resell it to Dubai, to his own customer, believe me, he become multi-millionaire. And I told him, you're a bargainer. You're a bargainer. Okay. I told him, this is not for you. If you are looking for cheap price, just bear with me. I'm gonna share this one to other people as live. Okay. Now, he was talking on top of me, and I asked him, how did you find Wilhelmina? He said, I found you on YouTube. Did you read it? Did you watch the video on how you're going to secure gold in West Africa? I am the extension virtual office based in Australia. I'm the one who will reject you, and I'm the one who will give you a very good price, and I'm the one who will advise the seller to proceed or not to proceed. The reason why I rejected this Indian in Dubai is asking cheap price. You know how much he asked? $45,000. And I told him today the price of gold is 61. Right. In the world market, 61,000. minus 45. And I told him, you want to become rich. You want to get a profit of $16,000, and you can only afford a very small cheap price, a small quantity. To start with, you don't get the profit. When you order, yes, you will get the profit continuously. I rejected this Indian. Mm. And I told him, you're a businessman, you're a miner who you mine gold in Zambia. You mine manganese in Zambia. It costs money. Right. To mine gold, it costs money. And to have a petrol on the excavator, it costs money. And you hire the worker, it costs money. This buyer is a rip-off. So I told him, good luck. I wish you good luck. Our selling price, less 8%. You sell it to 3%, you have a 5%. On the first trial, you wouldn't get a profit much. But when you increase it for 12 months, I can guarantee you your profit would be 80% or 84%. It depends on the quantity you want to order every month. This Indian, I rejected him. Then another buyer from United States. He was asking me about 2.5 tons of gold. I told this buyer and this lady, yes, we do have 2.5 tons of gold in Bamako, Mali, and we have 1.1 tons of gold in Conakry. There are plenty of tons of gold, but how are you able to pay? That is the question. Guys, you watched the video, right? But you did not pay attention on the video, right? You did not pay attention, you didn't read. Now this live video would be on my YouTube. It says on the bottom, show more. When you click it and subscribe on YouTube, you will see the full corporate offer. Why you ask me when you come on conference, on WhatsApp, on Skype? I presume that you understand what you're reading. I presume that you are not a time waster. Yeah. And I interviewed him over WhatsApp. That's why I popped in so that I could share this interview that I have. I rejected this Indian buyer. Yeah. I told him, I wish you good luck. He's been searching for gold for 1 year. But he has a business in Zambia. He said that there's a lot of scammer in Zambia. I told him, define me as a scam. Don't be in Africa. You are in Africa doing business. So he is one of the scammer then. And I told him, you're one of the scammer. You are ripping off the country. You want to get cheap price. Yeah. You know, guys, when I was in Africa, every week, the company that I represent, they lose a worker. Why? Why they lose worker? When they get the gold, they use cyanide. They use mercury. Mercury is a poisonous. Yeah. They mine it and they use chemical in order to break the gold from the rocks. And you, as the gold trader, your eyes is bigger than a dollar. I've given you a good price, but you refused it. He wanted 45, and I told him, good luck. Good luck. Our selling price less 8%. Mr. Buyer, if you're watching me, don't be greedy. Don't be crook. Because I'm telling you, you will get gold from a real seller. We have a buyer arriving in Conakry. 3 buyers. 2 for the gold and 1 for the diamond. Yeah? He saw my virtual page. September 19, Bamako, Mali deliver 200 kilos in Dubai. 54,000 per kilo. The real buyer have no complaint. 10,800,000. But that buyer is the existing customer of the seller. Yeah? And you are new customer. Wilhelmina is interviewing you. I will give you a really good price when you convince me that you're a buyer. Now this Indian buyer, he said, can you show me the proof? Yeah, yes, I will show you the proof. Provided you have to send me your business registration. Provided you have to send me your importation license. Provided you have to send me your passport copy and the proof of one bank statement. Then I would believe that you're a buyer. My buyer from United Kingdom, he did send his business registration. He did send his passport copy and show what he is. He is a real buyer. His visa is already released. 3 buyers flying to Conakry. Yeah? And you, as the buyer that I was talking to you a few seconds ago, you bargained it, I rejected. For 1 year, you cannot find the gold. And you are in Zambia. You have a business in Zambia. And I told this buyer, some Zambia have gold. And he said, oh, in Zambia, there's so many scammers. And I told him, you should not be in Africa. You're one of the scammers. You come to Africa, you get cheap price. You're ripping off the country. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the appointed marketing consultant and mandate of the seller. Wilhelmina will interview you. Wilhelmina is cleaning Africa. That is why I put my face, because there's so many crook buyer. So many. Yeah? So please don't be annoyed with Wilhelmina, because it's true. I've been to Africa. And I said to my seller, my goodness, you have been ripped off by the foreigner. I am a bloody foreigner. You must remember. I am a foreigner. I am Australian. I'm based in Brisbane, Queensland, but I was born in the Philippines, so therefore I am Australian. Forget about where I came from. Forget about where I born. Let's talk about business here. That is the reason why my seller said, thank you, madam, to defend us. Foreigners, they tag us as a scammer. Yes, you will be. You're going to be scam if you're asking cheap price. Yes, you will be. 100%. 100% I can guarantee you. That is the reason why I'm always explaining on live video that this gold is not for everyone if you are planning to scam the seller. You're one of the scammer, Mr. Buyer, asking cheap price. And then you said to me, I'm paying taxes. No, you pay the product plus tax. In Australia, I just purchased something. I paid taxes. I paid the product. Listen, guys. Okay, I purchased this via Facebook. Yeah. The price plus tax, plus shipping cost. I don't have any complaint. I have to pay the shipping cost to deliver here in Brisbane. This is a language translator. Yeah? And I don't have any complaint. Instant translator. I purchased this on Facebook. Facebook is an advertising site. I advertise, we have the products. You come to my virtual store, we have the products. But did you read it? You didn't. And you have been excited. Don't be excited. Don't rush. You read before you come to Wilhelmina. Yeah, because I'm going to ask you, how did you find Wilhelmina? On Facebook and YouTube. Did you read? You didn't read it properly. You have been excited. If I am a buyer, I would read properly. This one here, I was reading the advertisement on Facebook. It took me 3 days to learn on how to work because I watched the video. Exactly the same. I'm explaining on the video, but you are not paying attention. Yeah? When I travel to Africa by January, because we are locked down here in Australia, I can use this one as my interpreter. I'm traveling to Conakry and Sierra Leone and Bamako, Mali. So when I talk to the local people that doesn't speak English because they didn't go to school some, then I can use this, right? I can use this one. And I think I already explained to you, today we are now in global communication. You can buy anything online. Okay? Like this one. I purchased this blood pressure. Where I found it? Advertisement from Facebook. Facebook is an advertising site. I have 3 of these because I'm going to give it to my boss when I travel to Africa. Right? Wilhelmina is very kind and generous. All right. So why are you people, you're asking for cheap rep? You're buying money, my love. You're buying money to make money. And you're asking CIF, you don't have the money. You're going to leverage this gold. No, we are not going to deal with your leveraging business. You come, we invite you, we issue the landing visa, you make your reservation. The price have no surprises. Our selling price less 8%. We'll give you tax inclusive. Now we have 3 buyers. 2 buyers, we give them 54,000 per kilo because I was satisfied with the buyer. If I'm not satisfied, our selling price less 8%. Yeah? If I'm satisfied with you when I interview you, I am very kind and generous because I'm going to pressure my seller. This is the buyer. I've given the buyer a very good price. My seller say, yes, no problem at all, Mrs. Ford. I am the gatekeeper. I am your facilitator at the same time. So I rejected this Indian and I told this Indian, good luck. He's been searching for gold for 1 year, but he is mining gold, mining in Zambia. Yeah. How come I cannot find the gold? I told him, how come you cannot find the gold? Yeah, we have the gold here. Yeah, we have. Now, you're asking me about my seller's proof. I will give you the proof when you convince me that you are also real. I want to see the proof that you have financial capacity, that you have available fund in your bank account. That is the proof. Then we will send you acknowledgement of your order. Yes. Before you will receive the letter of acknowledgement of your order, I'm the one who will interview you first. Just like when you apply for a job, right? When you finish your university, you apply for a job for the position as an engineer, musician, or social work, or accountant, or any position, nursing or doctor. You will be interviewed, right? You're going to send your resume, is that right? You are sending your resume to Wilhelmina. You are sending your background to me. You are talking to Wilhelmina, but you don't want to show your face. When I call you on WhatsApp, you don't want to pick it up. And I call your number, phone to phone. I told this gentleman, but your number the same as on WhatsApp. How come you cannot pick up my call on your WhatsApp? He said, oh, Dubai doesn't accept WhatsApp. I think you're bullshitting. Excuse my language. One gentleman, American guy, he's in Dubai. He can call me on WhatsApp. He can call me on Messenger. You as a businessman, you should download any server that you can communicate. Right? You have to download. If Dubai would not allow you to communicate on WhatsApp, download and buy the rate. You buy the server. Why you cannot afford and then you come, you want to buy gold and you don't want to open your camera? My goodness to me. Big no-no. Yeah? Because if I am the buyer and I want to talk to Wilhelmina, you're already talking to Wilhelmina live and I want you to open your camera and you don't want to open your camera, to me, you're strange. You're very strange. We are now on the global village, my love. Yeah? That buyer in Dubai, reject. Now, there was a buyer from Brisbane. He called me and he wanted to see me. Yeah? He was born in Sri Lanka but he's Australian. And I told him, oh, You are oi, oi, oi. So he was laughing at me. He's Australian. He was intrigued about me. He saw my Facebook and video. He watched my video, and he called me several times. And I told him, when someone called me on my phone, I have three phones. Yeah, three phones. Okay, so while I'm on live, I would not accept incoming call because I'm live. I'm answering the question. So you leave a message on my phone. I have 4 plus landline. Okay. Can you see I have 3 mobile phone? Okay, all on WhatsApp plus my landline. So if you call me and you don't leave a message who you are, I'm telling you I'm not going to respond it. Yeah, but this guy from Brisbane, he keep on calling me. So, Wilhelmina, I saw you on YouTube and on Facebook. I was intrigued of you. I want to meet you. Yeah, I did make a phone calls. I called him back and I told this gentleman, yeah, I'm sorry that I missed your call. I think you already saw Wilhelmina on Facebook. You know what he said to me? I was intrigued with you, Wilhelmina. And I'm very pleased that you were in Africa. He was being scammed. And I told him, define me, the world is scam. Yeah, he was being offered cheap price. And this Indian from Dubai, you are looking for cheap price. I can guarantee you, you will encounter disaster. I can guarantee you, you will be scammed. That's right, you're one of the scammers. That's why I asked this gentleman a few minutes ago. Define me, the word is scam. Manipulator. Deceitful. You lied. He's a businessman. He mined gold manganese in Zambia. He knows that gold is the world asset. He knows that gold is money. He knows that when he sell it to Dubai, he will get the profit. He knows that. We will give you the profit, but you have not convinced me. Yeah. And immediately, rah, 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 rah. I told him, relax, relax, relax. Don't talk on top of Wilhelmina because you are very rude. Yeah. In Australia, my dear, when someone do the talking, you listen. Don't talk on top. Because I'm telling you, if you talk on top of me, I start to wonder. Yeah? So this Indian reject. I told him, I wish you good luck. And he said to me, you don't like my business? No, we don't. We don't. Next, gold will not fade. The world is panicking right now. Africa is feeding the world. How do I know? I was in Africa. Yeah? A small trader asking for cheap price. Cheap price. Good luck. Next. We only deal the buyer that can afford. Mr. Buyer, talk to Wilhelmina properly. I will give you a very good price. I will give you a very good price when you convince Wilhelmina that you are really a buyer. You know, I'm sorry if I'm very blunt to you guys. My seller is allergic to Indian. I'm telling you. I even myself allergic as well. I was in Dubai before lockdown. I interview Indians. My goodness. One Indian, he come to see me in Holiday Inn before lockdown. I returned March 2. I was in Africa. I was in Sierra Leone and Conakry because I have the buyer. I brought the buyer in Conakry. And the buyer is successful. And this Indian, young Indian, he's really very eager to see me at Holiday Inn in Dubai. So, Madam, I want to see you. I said, really? How did you find me? Madam, I saw you on Facebook and on YouTube. So he come to me and he said to me, Madam, I'm going to fly to Sierra Leone tomorrow. I said, don't travel. Because I'll tell you, you don't understand the business. And you have a limited cash. And he showed the agreement with his seller. And he showed me on his phone. And I told him how much the seller offer you. During the time, I think he was being offered $38,000 per kilo. I said, I don't think so. I told him that I just been to Sierra Leone. The government changed the rules. You have to pay the gold. You cannot ask CIF. I told this gentleman, because your payment has to reflect into cash inflow. The Department of Mines will not issue KPC and certificate of clearance that you have paid the gold and you have paid the diamond. And if you have limited cash, please don't travel. I'm telling you now, in general, if you have limited cash and you travel to Africa asking for CIF, asking for LC, stay home. You're gonna burn your fingers, I'm telling you. Because gold in Africa is no longer CIF, and the government are implementing. Why? The government is losing income because of you guys. You're crook. You are bloody crook. Excuse me. Asking CIF, I'll pay after final assay. My goodness. You don't have the cash. You are going to leverage. Huh? And then you ask the seller to pay all the taxes? No, we don't do that. And then you find a buyer. Your buyer is jewelry manufacturer. Your buyer is a refinery. Yes, refinery will guarantee to receive the gold from you. But you are not guaranteeing us. Yeah? Yes, you're buying unrefined. The one, the $61,000 is refined, which is gold bullion. That is the reason why we give you less 8% based on the world market. But if you buy small quantity, of course your profit is less. But if you increase it every week, 50, 100, 500, 1,000 kilos, yes, you will get the profit. You add that one in 12 months, 84,000, 84% profit. Now you put your money in the bank, only 3% interest a year. Which one you like? To buy gold, roll over, you get the profit 80 to 84% a year, rather than putting your money in the bank 3% a year. Which one you prefer? So most of you are crooks, especially Indian crooks. They are bargainer. You walk into downtown Dubai, buy a jewelry. You will never get the bargain. The price is the price. Yeah, I went to go downtown Dubai with Cider. Cider tore me around. Yeah, I even make friends with the manager. No bargain. That is the price. Yeah, and you bargain it. Don't you know to mine is not credit? Don't you know to apply for a license is not CIF? Don't you know to hire the worker is not for credit? The seller has to borrow money in the bank. Yeah? And you as the trader, you're crook. I'm sorry if I'm very brutal because it's true. Yeah, it's true. That is the reason why I always warn the broker, before you come to Wilhelmina, make sure your buyer understand. Because a minute you mention my name, everybody knows Wilhelmina. Oh, I don't like that woman, very tough. Yes, I am. Because I done it purposely. I am cleaning the bad image of Africa. The company hired me. I am not just an ordinary joker. I'm not a joker broker. I have the memorandum of understanding to that particular seller. I have the right to reject you, and I have the right to advise the buyer and the seller to proceed. If I'm not satisfied with you as a buyer, good luck. Exactly the same as this Indian. I rejected him. I told him, you're a businessman, you should know the business. You're a miner. You mine in Zambia. Every move in Africa is money. Yeah? I'm sorry, guys, I have to be blunt. I have to educate you because your mentality is a profit, profit, profit. My seller doesn't get the profit. When I look at the books, when I was in the office, my goodness, you're giving away the gold. Gold is money, don't you know that? I told my seller. When I look at their books, my goodness. That is the reason why you're still struggling. Because buyers from all over the world, they come to Africa. They're looking for cheap price. What happened? Your disaster. You must remember, Mr. Buyer, this is not for you if you don't have the cash, if you're asking for CIF. This is not for you if you're going to ask us to bring gold to Dubai and then you're going to do the final ASI. You are a broker then. Before the refinery will buy from you, you lay out first the capital. Yeah, because I interviewed this buyer. Yeah, what are you intend to use? He said, I am buying to make money to resell it. I got his point. Yes, I told him, yes, you're buying money to make money, but how are you able to pay if you don't have the money? Yeah, simple as that. Now, we just deliver 200 kilos September 19. The buyer has no issue. 10,800,000 from Bamako, Mali. Now, I have 3 buyers traveling to Conakry. I give the 3 buyers a very good price because I was happy. And I advised my head office, I give this buyer the price. My seller said, yeah, no problem. So, Mr. Buyer, if you're watching me, don't be arrogant to me. Believe me, you're gonna fail. Don't be arrogant to Wilhelmina when Wilhelmina is asking you a question. Do not, because you will fail. Just like when you apply for a job and you will be interviewed by the manager and you don't answer the question, you don't get the job. Exactly the same. That is why I was the one who introduced this. I patterned the way we Australians selling products online. I used to be in real estate. I was number 7 because I am giving the buyer, I have to give the buyer a thorough advice. In Australia, when you sell properties, our properties is online. Our picture, I was the one who put the product of Africa online. I'm the one. And you guys, you float around, you come to my virtual store, that's fine. Because my store, at the same time, is an information center. Most of you guys, broker, float around, running around. Yes, there's so many buyers on Facebook and YouTube. So many. Yeah. Oh, I bought this one. Advertising online, advertise on Facebook, also advertise on YouTube. We advertise as well that we have the gold. Yeah. And they also advertise this one. Yeah. I bought 3 blood pressure. They advertise on Facebook. I didn't ask for bargain. I didn't ask for discount. Whatever the price is the price. I give you the example already, hey? And I did pay shipping cost, DHL. I don't have any problem. And you, as a buyer, you don't want to pay the gold, you just only want to pay taxes. I'm sorry, guys. You don't have the money then. In Australia, when we buy any products, you pay the products plus government sales tax. And you, as a foreigner, as bloody Indian, excuse my language, you want to buy gold, no upfront fee, you only pay taxes. No, we're not interested to deal with you guys. Gold will not fade. So therefore, you're a bigger, asking cheap price. Gold is not for bigger. Diamond is not for beggars. Do not be involved in gold and diamond if you don't have the cash. I'm telling you direct to the point. Yeah? You will see Wilhelmina, January 2021. I would be in the office. I would be live talking to the world that I am in the office. My job is not easy. Yeah? We are not selling peanuts here. We're not selling pumpkin here. We're not selling bread here. We're selling money to make money. Gold is money. Don't you know that? Gold is the world asset. Don't you know that? I know you are watching Wilhelmina on YouTube and on Facebook. I'm very frank and I'm very brutal. I done it purposely because I want to clean the bad image in Africa. Yes, I was also a victim. I was being scammed in Ghana big time. Yeah, that is why I don't touch Ghana. I only handle Bamako, Mali, Conakry, and Sierra Leone. But, as I've said to you, you need Wilhelmina on the ground. And I do charge my extra service, you must remember. I am not giving you free when I'm traveling. I already given you free. I expand in order for you to understand, but you are not reading. You are not digesting. Maybe you didn't go to school. You know what? I went to school. I remember my professor, Mrs. Christy Ferrer. She's the best professor that I have when I was in social work. Everybody has to listen to her. She only brings tissue. And I have to be attentive explaining about what she's explaining about community work because I took my social work at the Philippine Christian University. She's the best professor. She's my mentor. We listen to her, we digest it, or else we don't get any result. Buying gold exactly the same. I'm just using my mentor, my professor. She's the best professor. I am also your professor. You're learning from University of Hard Knocks, you must remember. But this woman is not easy for you to deal with if you don't have this. Huh? If you don't have this, I'm sorry, you will never be invited. We only deal buyers that buyer can afford to pay. We don't deal buyer on the ground. That you are already on the ground, meaning to say you went window shopping and then you're going to say, oh, plenty, scam, scam, scam. You're one of the scammer. Why you didn't get the gold? You're already on the ground. Why? Because you were being offered cheap price. There was a surprise when you arrived. When you buy gold from us, there is no surprises at all. We waive the tax on the first trial. You are not paying taxes. You pay for the gold. Yeah. So, did I explain to you, Mr. Baya? On the first trial, you're not paying taxes. We don't ask you, oh, here's the gold, pay taxes. No. You come to the office, inspect the gold. Then we will ask you what would be the next. You're already in the office, you see the gold. You bring your gold taster, you taste it. Before the gold will be asked to the local refinery in order to get the official assay report. Now, Mr. Bayo, I don't want to elaborate because the full corporate offer is in front of you. Click below, scroll it, read it properly. Put this into back of your head. You're a businessman, you must remember. Yeah? You're a businessman. Oh, I'm gonna buy gold. How much is my profit? You would not get a profit, big profit in one go. You only buy 5 kilos, 10 kilos. Yeah. You must remember, lucky you are not, I'm not charging you at the moment because you are locked down. A minute I'm going to travel with you, yes, I do charge my extra service to cover my airfare, my insurance, hotel accommodation, spending money, and food. There is no free, Mr. Baya. No? I am giving you already free. I expand it. Right? There is no seller will explain to you like this, none whatsoever. You deal with the other seller. They're gonna say, oh, this is my price. That is gross. The seller would not tell you what is the hidden cost. He wouldn't. Come. The seller will hungry and you're also hungry. The seller is hungry to sell you. Seller hungry to tease you. And you're hungry to manipulate. Both of you are scammer. Yeah. In Africa, there's so many issues. That is why the company hired Wilhelmina. Because I am here to educate the world. Africans are scared with you guys because they're also losing money in terms of gold. Now, Mr. Baya, I think you really hungry. We will feed you. You're starved at the moment. You are. We will feed you in terms of supply. There's a saying, supply and demand determine the price. Africa can feed the world. Yes, in Africa there's so many issues because the seller wanting to sell, they will attract you, and you don't even understand how hard to mine the gold. You travel there, you want to get instant profit, 16 to 20%. My goodness, you would never get. Don't you know to mine is not easy? To apply for the mining license, it costs money, $25,000. To apply a mining rights in order the government to touch the soil, allow the seller to touch the soil, $25,000, and the seller will hire the gemologist in order to find out how much the deposit of gold and diamond in his property, and you're asking for cheap price. To me, you're just a time waster. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I will challenge you, Mr. Baya. Come with me. We are now November. Come with me 2021. Now I have 3 buyers. He's willing to travel, but I told them that I will monitor your movement. Don't worry, my seller is real. And he's buying gold and diamond in Conakry. My seller is the relatives of the president. You must remember, do not muck around. Yeah? And my seller is a professional and he owned the building. He has 15 cars in his car park, and you're a poor guy, really, to be honest with you, according to my seller. A buyer asking CIF is a poor guy. A buyer asking pay taxes and CIF is a bigger. Yes, my seller was telling me, Madam, the foreigner who come to us to Africa asking for CIF, they are beggars. We are not beggars. Yeah, according to my seller. Huh? Can you imagine that? My seller is more richer than you. Yes, he has the mines. Yes, he owned the concession. Yes, his mining concession, huge deposit of gold. At the moment, we have 2.5 tons of gold in Bamako, Mali. In Conakry, we have 1.2 tons of gold. My seller has an existing customer. We are not begging you guys. We are telling the world we have the supply. Supply and demand determine the price. We can feed you guys. I am not chasing you. You're the one who come to me because you're hungry. Is that right? So therefore, you have to pay for it. I am not chasing you. I am telling the world that we have the supply. Just like this one. This company is not chasing the buyer. He's just telling that this is a very good item. Translator. There are 48 countries. Yeah. I purchased this one in Europe. They are marketing company, but the products made in China. Can you imagine that? And they are receiving orders. And I was waiting for 2 to 3 weeks. Exactly the same you're buying gold. I am the extension office. I am receiving your order. I am interviewing you. I am asking you business registration, importation license, proof of fund before we're going to proceed your order. This one I paid in advance. Huh? I don't have any issue. So now, when I travel to Africa by 2021, because I cannot travel at the moment, because there is no international flight open at the moment, I can use this. This is very handy. I don't have any problem. And you, as a buyer, you have an issue here. You don't have the cash. According to my seller, a buyer asking for CIF is a bigger. You're a scammer. And then you're going to say, oh, Africa, so many scammers. Yes, there is. I can guarantee you, yes. I was even a scam. I'm a foreigner. I'm Australian. But I learned from it. Why? Because the owner of the gold in Ghana had no idea as well. In Ghana, there are two types of gold, low grade and high grade. Bamako, Mali, the third largest gold producer in Africa, gold is high grade. Conakry, the gold is high grade. Yeah? Why our Australian mining company is in Africa? Why? Why Chinese are everywhere in Africa? Why? Why Italian group of company in Bamako, Mali? Why Russian is in Conakry mining bauxite and gold? Why Chinese are there in Bamako, Mali and Conakry mining gold? Why? The hotel that I stayed, fully booked, all Chinese. They arrive in Conakry in the city, they travel to Sigiri with bus. They don't speak English, this Chinese. I stayed at Royal Kulum Hotel. People doesn't speak English. I stayed in other hotel. I forgot the hotel that I stayed, owned by Chinese. I stayed in this hotel. Yeah? Grand, okay. Grand Hotel Grand Army. Owned by Chinese. Young Chinese. What their business is? Mining. And you don't have the money, you're asking cheap price. Wilhelmina will reject you right and there. Yeah. I stayed at the Royal Kulum Hotel. The manager is from Korea. The assistant manager is Chinese. The restaurant manager is a lady, is a Chinese. Why they're there? Because there is business. Yeah? So you guys, you come to Africa and said, oh, lots of scammer. You're one of the scammer. I'm telling you. Yeah, you're one of the scammer. Why? You're asking for cheap price. Mr. Buyer, define me the word scam. Go online. What is the meaning of scam? Then you get the answer. But anyway, I already explained it to you guys. I'm meeting this Australian. He saw me on YouTube and on Facebook. I challenged him. I told him, I want to see you. Let's have a good lunch. And I'll buy you lunch. I already met one Indian. He lives in the south side. We have a lunch at Jimmy's on the mall. And he was satisfied. He said that his buyer from India. They're scared. I said, why are you scared for? I travel in Africa. I don't have any security guard. I was not being scared. Once you are invited, you are a valued customer. You know, when I arrived in Conakry Guinea, there was a guy that really wearing a nice suit. He's a government official. Mrs. Ford, you know, my name is Mrs. Ford. A minute that the plane opened the door, Mrs. Ford, yes, I only stay at the immigration 5 minutes. And my luggage never been touched. And the guy with the wearing nice suit with the ID tag, he took me outside, and my driver picked me up. You know what they call me? Mother of gold. See, they shout, the company driver, they shout outside the airport, Mother of gold, welcome to Conakry. Can you imagine that? And you're scared. Don't be scared, because I am with you. I am your negotiator. You will not be scammed if you are not a scammer. If you're a scammer, yes, you're gonna be scammed by the scammer, like you, like the seller and you. Yes, I think I already explained it to you guys that I rejected the buyer. He's from Zambia. He has a business in Zambia. Don't you know that 3 months ago, there's another buyer from Europe. He has a business in Gambia. I rejected him. Yeah, he's arrogant. I told him good luck. If you want to buy gold, don't be arrogant. When I ask you a question, listen. Don't talk on top of Wilhelmina, because I'm telling you, I start to wonder. Be a good listener, because you're a businessman. And I am also be a good listener. I am listening what you need. We can feed your needs, but you need to relax. No, you don't need to be rushed. When I ask question, give me the answer. Yeah? You you want to become rich. Our selling price is 8%. Our selling price is not fixed. However, even though 8%, I have the right to tell my seller, let's give this buyer. But fair is fair. Yeah? Don't be crook. Because a minute I can sense that you are crook, you will fail. Because I will not allow you to cheat my seller. This year there was an investor come to the office. They want to invest in gold mines. And they're really very rich. They're wearing a nice suit. I was in the other office. Because I have also a buyer, so I brought them and I was in the other office. You know the owner of the company? They called me. Madam, I want to talk to you. I said, why? What do you think? We have an investor to inject $10 million. And then they wanted 70-30%. 70 to the investors, 30% for the seller. I said, no, don't. For the rest of the year, you're a slave. Don't. I told my seller, you are rich, you own the building, you have already 400 workers. Why you gonna give this investor 70% and you are only getting 30%? No. If I'm where you know, my seller loves me. He was supposed to sign an agreement. And I save him. And I give him the example. You know what? I feel sorry for you. You are forming the company, but he has 7 companies. Okay, one of the gold is the one of the branches. It's a consortium. You are already on operation. And the world needs gold. And you are very rich on natural resources. Let them be hungry. If they want to invest, okay. They can invest on machinery, washing machine, rock crusher, etc., etc. We will pay them in gold every week. My salary start to understand. Yeah, that is the reason why they give me a high position on the company. Don't you know that? I am the sales director international and you are scared to deal with my seller? My goodness, you're gonna pass through Wilhelmina because I'm going to reject you. Yes? When I'm in the office, I would be live. I will prove it to you. I will challenge you guys. I will challenge you. 2021, I told my seller, I'm going to remove all the joker broker. I'm going to remove joker buyer. If they cannot afford to pay, forget it. Thank you very much. Good luck. Simple as that. That is the reason why people are scared of Wilhelmina. Yeah? That is the reason why this Australian, that he lives in Brisbane, he was born in Sri Lanka, he was intrigued with my toughness. Yeah? He was intrigued. I told this Australian, I said, okay, well, let's meet. We'll have lunch in Kookaburra Queen. Okay, the Kookaburra means a ferry. There's a restaurant, there's some music. We can have a drink while discussing business. Yeah, that's the way, the protocol. You guys immediately, how much is my profit? My goodness, you have not even introduced yourself. I'm gonna teach you guys. If you are watching me, Mr. Buyer, okay, or buyer's agent. This is how you do when you buy the products. Hi, Wilhelmina, I watch your video. I watch your Facebook page and I read the procedure and I'm really interested to buy gold or diamond. Wilhelmina, can you help us? Yeah? When you come on Skype and WhatsApp, please introduce yourself properly. Do not say hi because I'm telling you, I'm going to remove you. So this is how you do. Wilhelmina, I read the full corporate offer. I fully understood. I watched the video. This is my needs because the full corporate offer is already online. So you have to digest it and comprehend. You're a businessman, you should know that. So then he said, Wilhelmina, I've been searching for gold for 1 year, like this Indian here. I just rejected. For 1 year, I couldn't find a real seller. You know, that's the answer. You didn't find the real seller because you're a bargainer. The seller refused to deal with you. So what you have to do, well, Amina, I need 22 carats. I'm going to buy, to resell it to a jewelry manufacturer, or I'm going to buy gold to refine into 99.99. Well, Amina, would you be able to assist us? That is how you do business. On your company letterhead, eh? The quantity, how many quantity you need? The purity, our gold in Africa is from 95, 96, 97. It depends on every bar. So that is why you have to do the initial assay in order to get the assay report. Right. The origin of the gold, Conakry, Sierra Leone, Bamako, Mali. So I will determine which seller I'm going to put you after my satisfaction. If I'm not satisfied with you, I would reject you. Yeah? We have the gold. We have tons of gold. But my question, how are you able to pay? That is the best answer, isn't it? Then you're going to give me the answer, yes, I am a buyer and I have capital. I have a standby amount on my bank account. Okay, show me. Because I'm going to require you business registration, importation license, passport copy, right? And bank statement. Then I will advise the head office to proceed because you already met the screening. Then the seller said, okay, well, Amina, are you sure that the buyer already been properly screened? Say yes. So then I am going to give you a very good leeway. Instead of selling 57, we give you 54. Now, on 2021, our price is completely different because there is a prediction that 2021, the gold will turn to 2,500 per ounce. In dollar terms, it's $80,000, 375. My goodness, you wouldn't be able to afford if you are bargain and bargain. 2019, I warn everyone. Start now, bank now. 2020, the price will goes up. I was right, but nobody believes me. I'm a current event lady. I always read the movement of gold current event in order for me to put on my virtual page. So you are always rushing. Don't rush. Because when you come to Wilhelmina, believe me, I don't believe that you're a buyer. I wouldn't. Yeah? Now going back to Brinks and G4S. Because I have an inquiry this morning. Before we hand over the gold to Brinks, you have to pay first the gold. Because the seller will not give any paperwork to Brinks. Brinks will not accept the gold. You never know that gold was been stolen. So the seller has to provide Brinks export documentation, right? Before you pay, you have to pay the gold. Brinks has nothing to do. You have an account to Brinks, but the seller has no account. My seller has a shipping agent in-house. So, you pay first the gold to my seller's bank account in order to reflect the cash inflow. And then you're gonna say, oh, I wanna buy Brinks to me. You're stupid, excuse my language. Brinks has nothing to do. Brinks doesn't own the gold. You have an account to Brinks. Brinks is only a shipper, just like a DHL. Yeah, the Brinks will pick up the gold to my seller after you pay. That is the reason why, Mr. Buyer, I told you many times, don't travel without Wilhelmina. Yeah, because I'm telling you, Africans is very hard to deal with. I'm telling you. I'm not sided with my seller. I'm not sided with you either. I am telling you straightforward. African sellers. If he detect that you are keep on bargaining on the spot, they will reject you. That is the reason why I'm warning you guys. When you buy, everything is on the paperwork. There is no surprises. Huh? I am going to travel with you, but 2020, because we are locked down, I will monitor your movement and I will give you a very good price. So you save money. So at the end of the day, you're a winner. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good evening.